Hello and welcome to Portmarnock Beach. This is a beautiful podcast where we talk fashion.
How long have you been thinking about that?
That's what I was doing when I was getting ready for the podcast.
Well done. Well done. Thanks to Shane for getting fantastic lights. We look sparkling.
Lights, camera, action.
Yes. The curtains are full. And get down to business. So,
I heard you were walking the streets last night.
I was. This is the closest you get to me hungover.
That's what they were singing about you.
With the red Toyota. I was dropping people home and I was half two getting into my bed. And I'm quite tender at the moment, Mark.
Tender at the moment. And then, of course, you had a lot of screaming chaps running around this morning and slapping them on the back of the head and calling them stupid.
Well, here, let's get it going and I brought props today, Mark. So, this is my choir notebook.
Oh,
I would like to give you a rendition of Ave Verum by Wolfgang.
Will I play Seamus O'Connor?
Please, yeah. So we're taking the bottom line here, okay? Or where are we actually? So here we go. Ave, Ave, Verum, Vere Pasum.
You skipped the whole page. I was like, surely that's not how music works. I just followed.
I skipped a line.
You skipped from here down to the bottom.
Oh, see, that's 4 lines of music.
Oh, okay.
But I'm so out of practice. That's so disappointing. I tell you, Seamus would have been very disappointed with me.
You've been mangled.
That's the end of my choir days.
I was reborn last night.
Oh.
No, I went to a breathwork session.
Oh, yeah. How did that go?
Fantastic. It was
recommend it?
Yes.
Barry Adamson,
shout out. If you are interested in going to one of his classes, I'll 100% vouch for that. It was great. Really, really good. I've been doing the Wim Hof stuff, as I was saying, regularly enough, but this is like a bit different to that. A bit more intense. There's some stuff at the start. So going into it, right, I was like, this is out of my comfort zone. So it started with a song. I don't know if Barry would want me giving away what goes on in the class, but anyway.
Right.
The first 3, no, because it's not, people can probably fucking look it up on YouTube. Anyway, first 3 minutes is a song, and it's like shaking. You have to shake to the song, not dance, shake. So you have to shake to the beat of the song, and then afterwards you dance for the next song.
Oh.
So I danced, and I was like, I don't dance when I'm drunk, but I did. And then you have to be still for 3 minutes for another song. Now, it might not be 3 minutes on a dot, whenever it's a song. And then you get into the breath work. Breath work is really fucking intense. Really good. I'd highly recommend it. There's some stuff like people were crying and stuff. Stuff comes up, it definitely does. And like, he's not telling you to think about anything in particular, to go back to anywhere. All there is like you at touch point with yourself. You find at the start, you center yourself. You find a place in yourself that feels good, or at least doesn't feel bad. So like a particular part of your body. I think mine was my forehead. And from there, you go into the breath work. If it ever gets too much or a bit overwhelming, you return back to that. And then, so you do the really intense hyperventilating, and then you slow it right down. And then you become really, really still. And like, as you're hyperventilating, some stuff does come up as you're doing it. It's supposed to be like trauma healing. It definitely does. Some stuff definitely came up in myself, where I was like, oh, I haven't fully addressed this. Maybe I thought I did. Some stuff about like, so say, do it the self-harm and stuff like that. I thought I forgave myself for it, but I realised I'd never actually apologised to myself. So I was able to do that, which is, look, you can say what you want about this. It could be airy-fairy, whatever. Like, I felt it. So it felt real to me, and I feel much better after doing it. And that was kind of the main takeaway for me. Other people had their own things going on. It was very open sort of space where it was okay to do this, to feel like you were very relaxed and everything was accepted. Very airy-fairy. I'm not that kind of person really, but definitely there's something to it, and I would 100% recommend it to other people.
Wow, very good, very good.
I'll have to attend.
Sounds great.
I think there's only so much you can get to with talking. I think there is, your body keeps the score is a book, isn't it? A very popular one. I think that is true. I think you hold a lot of it within yourself somewhere, in certain parts of your body or in your breath, or you're able to tap into what's actually there at the core through this kind of breathing pattern. So yeah, I'd recommend Barry.
Wow, that sounds great. He's a lot of events coming up as well. One in Tower Hill with a lady, and he's another one of those breathwork shows. So I'll definitely be travelling to those. That sounds great, Mark.
Yeah.
It is cathartic, isn't it? It's very cathartic. Is like it's great to feel that release of healing. That's like to get that out of you.
Definitely. And there's some stuff like you know it's there, but you don't want to address it. And I suppose in my own case, I kind of make myself busy, so I don't have to think about these things. But I didn't know really I was doing that. But that is kind of what's going on. You make yourself busy, so you don't actually have to sit with yourself. Or if you're sitting with yourself, you go on your phone, whatever. You're trying to distract from actually just being with yourself, and that this forces you to be with yourself. You have no option, so you have to address it.
And isn't it great that like you leave that session, like I think anyway, that you leave that session a better person, that you leave it and better, and you'll be a better fiance, a better father, a better everything, you know.
Yeah, definitely. Like you understand yourself a bit more. You see where your weak points are, and then they're not actually weak points. That you're human. Everyone has these, you know. Yeah. And a lot of it is like so say like your ego or whatever, and like you being upset is actually just cracks in your ego. So say someone calls you out on something, they've seen through your ego, and that hurts you. It hurts your ego. Whereas at the middle, like it's okay. You are just you. You know, there's nothing that they can say that can penetrate you yourself. It's the cracks in your ego that people are calling out, and that's what hurts you, because it's the ego being hurt.
Yeah, that's been the biggest thing for me as well. That, like taking things personally is it's one of the 4 agreements or whatever that that in that book that Joe Rogan recommends or whatever, and it's so true. Like, you know, these are 4 agreements that one should make with oneself, like if one wants to you know, be more whole with the world or whatever. And like for one of them to be don't take anything personally is just shows the gravity of what you've said there, like in how we should remember not to be subject to just whatever people not subject to, just not to take anything personally, as what it says on the tin, like, because it's just it's so unnecessary. We don't know. One, they could be right. 2, they could be succumbing. They could be just spilling over in their own anger.
Yeah,
that's what witnesses a lot. You know.
Yeah,
they can't accept anyone's. Sometimes the light is too bright or whatever, and then they're feel overwhelmed or feel like they have to just for want of a better phrase, shit on them.
Yeah. Or it could be like a projection of themselves. Yeah, what they don't like seeing about themselves, something they saw in someone else. So they'll castrate the other person. Castrate.
Yeah.
Right word.
But I think even look, we're tripping over words here now, and it even illustrates what you were trying to say in that this the breath work. You don't need to have the words to put on this.
Yeah. And if you are skeptical or you think I'm like talking a lot of very fairy shite, like just try it. Try one for yourself and be like, try prove me wrong, try prove breathwork wrong. And what nothing negative could come from that. You could either experience it yourself or you could be right. So it's one or the other.
Yeah, you're being very generous there. I don't know if because like I think that if you go in thinking I'm going to try this, it's not going to work. You're setting yourself up for a fall, I think. Yeah. Like, but look, I understand you're just trying to encourage people to say it, but like sometimes, yeah,
that is one of the things, isn't it? Wim Hof says like you have to believe in the practice of it.
Yeah,
believe. Yeah, sure. Placebo is a real thing.
It is.
You know,
we take placebo for granted. Like, if there's a placebo effect, you're saying that people can just believe something when the effect isn't there, and it can actually have an effect. Like, we take it for granted as if, oh sure, it's just the placebo effect or whatever.
It's not just,
It's not just, yeah,
it is the effect.
Yeah, like how did that work then? Or, you know, like,
yeah. It's just placebo. It's not just placebo if it works.
Yeah.
Placebo worked.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
You know?
Very interesting.
What other props do we have?
I was actually going to come to that. So, Shane, unfortunately, we don't have one for you, but...
Sponsored by Brooks Supermarket.
How much is it in Brooks?
I don't know. Shane? €12. I cannot believe you bought that. What a waste.
And Duns.
Shane's ahead of the bossy. Shane's ahead of the bossy. Dunnes Stores.
We're sponsored.
I got these in Dunnes Stores for €3 each.
3?
And was it the other day they were doing like a 1 day thing where they had Prime in and you could only buy like it's
4.
Wow. It fell off the back of a lorry then.
Have you tasted this before?
No.
Have you not? Cheers,
Cheers.
brother.
Not for me.
No.
No. Shane, do you want to try it? Have you tried it before? No, I've tried it. It tastes like dib dabs, doesn't it?
Dib dabs. I like it, but I think
It's very sweet.
it is very sweet.
Tastes a bit like a headache to me. Yeah.
I don't like cherry.
Cherry, that's it. Yeah.
Oh.
I wouldn't be mad into the cherry either, but this is tropical punch. This label is tropical punch, but it is in fact a cherry flavour. Now I've heard breakdowns of this about how it's great for sports and all that, and seems to be otherwise.
That's interesting.
Mm.
I wonder.
Apparently,
Right.
Subbreed's sister is a teacher up in Dublin,
All right, yeah.
and she was saying that the students will come in with their Prime or whatever, and then they'll reuse the bottle and keep filling it up so that people will see them with their Prime bottle. This is one all marketing. How this thing is worth fucking 12, 15 euro, like.
It's just Powerade, very good marketing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually a good description of it. Yeah, Powerade. It is similar
Yeah.
in the taste. Sorry, I'm kind of dazing a little. The Prime is what is that? may alter your effect, or may alter your mind. But yes, you were saying about marketing. There was people swarmed over these. They were probably gone in half an hour. Yeah, it was. To be honest, I didn't know much about Prime before, but when I saw people flock to them like that, I thought, oh, gee, yeah, sure, may as well get the 4 of them.
You weren't there queuing up for Prime or anything.
No, they were right at the front of the store, so you couldn't help but walk in, buy them or whatever.
Right,
So,
okay.
but like, there were people. There was enough there, so people. If there was a shortage there was going to be rows.
Wow.
What else would I say? So I believe that Logan Paul is the main man behind this thing, is he?
At KSI, the two of them are doing it.
Now, I don't know this KSI fella.
Do you not?
No. Tell me about him.
So, you know the eyes from up the road? Or the eyes of the Harrow.
Yeah.
He's one of them. He'll be a nephew, Frank. KSI is a YouTuber who got big playing FIFA.
Right.
I believe. This is, to the best of my knowledge, KSI is a YouTuber who got big playing FIFA. He then started making music, and then he became a boxer, and now he's doing this drink.
Wow.
Shane, correct?
Yeah.
And someone also told me that they used to fight each other and now they're friends and they make the drink. So, yeah.
Mad how it works out, isn't it? It all
Yeah.
ended up in a product that would sell a bottle of fucking water for €12. Just coincidence.
It is. This kind of gets to, or in my head, it gets to the letters to the editor. So you open it up to the Instagram people. Oh my gosh, I'm so tired. I'm sorry.
Get that Prime in, yeah. Okay, I'll take the reins from here. So we put up a Q&A on Instagram asking for letters to the editor, and the feedback has been tremendous.
Yeah, it has, yeah.
So Stephanie, shout out to Stephanie, who is spreading lies about me. I will be watching the Wexford match, Stephanie, now that you've said I'm not. So Stephanie says, identify as a wolf and have a litter tray. What does that mean? Is this some kind of inside kink thing you have going on?
No comment.
No comment.
No, it's something that Stephanie and I heard a rumour. Say it as a rumour, but it's actually true. So Stephanie heard a rumour that there is somebody that identifies as a wolf.
Okay.
And they asked the person that is in charge of the area where they attend, they asked, can they put litter trays in the toilet? And unfortunately, the request was denied.
Oh.
So the person who identifies as a wolf, I like that title. Be a good name for a horse. Anyway, they
You should call your dog that.
the person who identifies as a wolf. The person who identifies as a wolf. Didn't didn't like the fact that the tray was denied, and so they urinated in the sink.
Ah, jeez. A urination or urination. Okay. If someone is saying they're a wolf and shitting in the sink, you can't encourage that. Like,
This is 2023, Mark. We're, I don't know, bottles are prime, 12 euro. And wolves are going around the place. Yeah.
so this is obviously in Ireland. This has happened. This is nowhere. Okay. Wow. And it's definitely true. A litter box.
Well, I
For
suppose
sake, like, you're going to walk in and there's going to be a human shit in a litter box in the corner of the toilet. What is happening? Now, obviously, this is the exception to the rule, and we can't discard whatever,
sure, look, yeah.
other things. This is obviously very outlandish. Doesn't make common sense. So if we were in school, and if someone's shat in a litter box, somebody would pick up the litter box and leave it in the hallway. That is just a fact. Someone's shat in a hardback in our school. Why didn't, if he identified as a bird, and he was just a bird that shat on a hardback?
Yeah. But I didn't know wolves use litter boxes.
No, they definitely don't.
It's a bit of an interesting factor. Very domesticated wolves.
Yeah, yeah. If he grows up and becomes a teacher, people will ask him, "What time is it, Mr. Wolf?"
See what was wrote to the teacher. And as to time. Actually, shout out to my grandfather. This is so my granddad went to school in Ballythomas. Shout out to John O'Halloran, who listens to the pod, and he is from near Ballythomas. And Ballythomas is near the Gap pub.
Yes.
And when five of them would go to the lads would go to school, and they'd walk to school, and they passed the cottage at the same time every day or whatever. And there was this old woman, and they wouldn't have the time, so every single day they said to the old woman, "What time is it, Mrs. So and so?" And she'd say, her head was ruined. Like every day. Imagine someone asking you every day, "What time?"
Yeah, some little fuckers going down the road. To letters to the editor. Okay, so this is bad. My time limit is up on my Instagram app, and it's only lunchtime.
Reading it.
Yeah. So we've covered that. Identify as a wolf and have a litter tray. Second one is my fiance won't let me watch him poo. A lot of poo talk today.
Indeed.
So far from the listeners. Whatever is going on there.
So yes, we know the identity of this person.
We do.
Excuse me. So, yeah, very, very interesting.
This is very interesting. I went into my bathroom in my house to use the toilet, and I was sitting on the toilet on my phone, and next thing I hear the door open, and Breen walks in and laughs at me and says, "What are you doing?" Like, what the fuck do you think? What do you think I'm doing? She just stood there and laughed. And then just left. So strange. She said she missed me. So she came up. So strange. Imagine doing that to a stranger. The stranger in the shopping centre. Oh, anyway, I don't know the answer to that one. If someone does know what the answer to that is, please let me know. James Flood says, "Here, here."
Oh.
So there's the editor. Here we have letter to the editor. Is there anything to be said for an Ivory's role in brackets, i.e. where Ladbrokes now is?
That's great.
I think there's a lot to be said for it, but it was before our time.
Oh, no.
You got Ivory's roles?
Oh, yeah. Coleslaw from Ivory's is top class. Chef's kiss.
Well, there's actually a lot of correspondence here on this one, so I'll just run through it all and then we'll cover it.
Oh, right.
So, letter to the editor, is anything to be said for an Ivory's role, i.e. where Ladbrokes was, as in brackets, Burger King have it your way, close bracket, but you were told fuck off and you were having it the way I'm making it. Forget the lady's name, but she ran Ivory's deli her way. Ivory's roles could be before your time, but trust me, you might have ordered one thing and be given what is on offer. Further letter to the editor, are the happy pair really happy? So we'll start with Ivory's roles.
Ooh, right. Right, okay. Ivory's roles, yeah. What was her name? That's a good question. Remember the fluoride lady?
Oh yes.
When we were trying to think of names, and I remembered the
The
fluoride.
world had forgotten. Not me.
Ivory's Marie Claire or something like that.
Marie Claire, was that not? Is that not some kind of award?
I wish.
The Marie Claire Awards? No, is that not a thing? Mary, is it spelled Mary or M-A-R-I?
Oh, Mark. I
Short
don't
for
know.
Marion.
Maybe.
Miriam O'Callaghan. Used to work in Ivories.
Ivory's, yeah. I don't know. Would the paper choose this? People will remember.
Yeah, please touch
Yeah.
base.
So then you said, Mark, about the person, the other, the oh my gosh, this is verbal diarrhea. Sorry, the other letter was.
The happy pair.
Oh yeah.
Are they really happy?
Let's think about that.
I'm going to say yes.
I would say yes. I think they're quite content in their own little world. But I wouldn't subscribe to a happy
No.
pair lifestyle. I don't
You
think
don't
so.
have to.
I know nothing about them. And I will never know anything about them. I have no interest in veganism. I have no interest in vegetarianism. Fair play to those who do it. And, you know, for the ethical standpoint of it, fair play.
Yeah.
Not for me.
I have to come clean. I
Yeah.
tried the vegetarian stuff. And
Okay.
like, it just doesn't work for me.
No.
No.
There's as big of a load of shite as they make out tits. Just,
And I love the salads and all. The salads are great, but yeah. You know me and the patted salad bar.
well, here's the thing. You can eat meat and salads.
Yeah.
And vegetables are still good.
When someone told me that, I changed my life.
I think we have one more.
Oh yes.
Instagram should have breathalyzers. Discuss.
Yes, that's a great one. Instagram should have websites. Is it really necessary?
Yeah. Some people, I don't know. I think my feed is a bit different, but like posting on Instagram when you're drunk is a bad idea. Stories, etc. I think.
Okay. Excuse me. That's all right. Instagram. But you said before that you should have a driving license to have a phone. I think it goes back to that.
You should have a license.
A like.
You should have to pass a series of tests on etiquette,
Yeah.
online,
On etiquette.
on online.
I didn't know it went that deep, Mark.
Yeah.
Etiquette.
Yeah. Why would you have to do your theory test and you get phone?
No, so I thought it was intelligence you were testing. I didn't think it was etiquette. You're
Oh well, it's kind of hand in hand. It's much of a muchness. Like
all right.
I think you must be able to answer like say 5 questions. The first one would be
5 questions, right?
5 questions.
Is this fucking
Is what I'm about to say necessary?
Oh,
Is what I'm about to say legal? Is what I'm about to say true? Is what I'm about to say creepy? Is what I'm about to say another change of career in the last 6 months from farmer to singer to OnlyFans model to army man? Doesn't matter, Michael. I can see this is lost on you.
no. I just can't believe that. Like, I thought when you said that you were going to do a test, like, I thought you were going to that they would be tested on their intelligence, but you were self vetting them or self referencing them. So, but this means Claire and Elaine's by itself is gone. Gone, Mark.
No, Facebook is fine. Look, Facebook is gone.
Oh, it's only Instagram that we're doing.
Saving Facebook is.
Really?
Yeah. Have you seen Tim Dillon talk about Facebook?
No.
He's like, it's Facebook is for old people. It's where they go to scream into the void and complain about their knee operations.
That's so true, though. Because you know, like you might have statuses or whatever, but they're just. I like that expression, screaming into the void.
Yeah. Projecting.
Interesting.
There was an interesting one up about school fees this week on Claire's Buy and Sell.
Oh, we saw that.
Yeah, breakneck stuff. It's a touchy subject.
It is. Did you see though? I got my job, my first face in shopping.
Oh, tell us.
Yeah. So Mark tagged me in the yoke and asked, "Did I have my certs ready for roofing?" I said, "Not yet. I'm waiting to hear from revenue." And a woman in private rescue said she'd been let down, and she saw that I do roofing stuff, and I was just wondered if I do it. So
Did you reply?
I got her a number for a lad who do it.
Michael.
What?
It is so good.
Yeah, but do you know his name is actually Nara?
Nara.
Yeah, we have a lad who does work on the site, and his name is Nara.
Are you sure it's not Aaron?
What did I forgot him now? No, I think it's Nara.
Nara of Jesus of Nazareth.
Nara?
Jesus of Nazareth.
All right.
It was
Nara. Oh, yeah, I see what you did.
now.
No.
Now we're going to get on to a very serious subject. Today we are going to talk about the Himalayas. The pink salt that has been taken from the Himalayas is something I hold very dear to me. I don't know where this is going, sorry. Do you salt your food, Michael?
Not really, no.
No, I have a massive affinity for salt.
Oh, right.
Love salt.
Always, as a child?
Always. I will salt food before I taste it.
All right, okay.
Always.
Is this an issue?
No, not for me.
No. Well.
In terms of how I salt my food, Breed isn't overly happy with it.
Oh, all right, okay.
So we will come to that. We'll cross that bridge when we come to the heart attack. So for the minute, we're going to play it by ear.
Were you talking about cholesterol?
Not
Before.
today.
No. I found out that, you know the way cholesterol and bad eating or something, your cholesterol is already predisposed.
Yes, I have high cholesterol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know the way things would say, Flora. Has anyone told Flora? That Flora says, oh, we reduce cholesterol.
No, hold on.
Like-
Can I get a helpline here? Yeah, no, it's not. Cholesterol. I have high cholesterol. My dad has high cholesterol, and all his siblings have high cholesterol.
Interesting.
Not diet related. Your total cholesterol is predisposed. So I have a high total cholesterol number. I was told this in the doctors.
Oh.
When I got blood tests, I was getting tested for when I was getting stomach cramps. They tested my blood and they were like, nothing showing up here that would cause cramps, but you do have high cholesterol. I was like, I don't tell me stuff I didn't ask it for. And I've read they were like, you need to cut out this and this, and you need to eat less of this. And so cholesterol is predetermined. My cholesterol is high, my total cholesterol number, and then they started giving me a list of foods or whatever, and I just asked, what's my ratio of good to bad cholesterol like? Because you have HDL and LDL. HDL are the good ones, LDL are the bad ones that make up that total cholesterol, and my ratio is actually good. I have more higher HDLs than LDLs, and so I was actually healthy. I just have a total higher cholesterol. It probably does put me at risk of having more LDLs, I imagine, in future if I do eat badly and having heart issues. But then they're just like, oh yeah, actually your levels are fine. So it's just had I not known anything about it, I would have just changed my diet and done all this crazy stuff and like been scared, like. But because I knew something else and asked an extra question, they were like, oh, actually you're fine.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Well, it's not really hilarious that our healthcare system is incompetent. Except for Aisling Keane.
The health minister.
And the
Health minister, what do you just say about
Kiss, Marry, Kill, Simon Harris, Simon Cowell, or Simon Sinek.
Oh, Simon Sinek. Oh, the psychological lad.
Yeah.
Marry Simon Sinek.
Why?
Why? Because I think you'd be able to handle him better.
And you need to be able to look after your sassy side. He could handle you. He's all man, Simon Sinek.
Oh.
You would marry Simon Sinek.
Yeah.
You would.
Yeah. And then kissing. Why am I doing this?
Come on, Simon Cowell or Simon Harris.
I have to kill them or kiss them. I do a much nicer version, I think. I've sanitized this for. Do you remember I sent it to you?
Yeah.
How was it? Marry, kiss, and maybe I did do a kill.
Kill, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know it was as bloody and gory as that. No, sure.
It's change kill to wag a finger at.
Okay, that makes it a lot easier. Thank you. Wag a finger at Simon Harris and a kiss Simon Cowell.
Oh, for the clout.
Just
It'd make the front page of the tabloids. The podcast would go huge. Paper Tuesday presenter kisses Simon Cowell. Simon Cowell kisses podcast presenter Michael Dwyer.
Yeah. There you
Michael Dwyer wags finger at Minister Simon Harris. Give me one.
Give me that.
No, not a finger wag. Kiss, marry, kill. I don't deserve that.
Oh my gosh, we've done over 100 podcast episodes, and this has been the most. I'm sorry. You broke me back. Well, you have.
If you weren't tired getting here, you're going to be tired leaving.
No, you haven't. Sorry. Kiss, marry, kill. Kiss. Oh, sorry. Oh my gosh. I just see.
You don't tell me what I have to do. Okay, I can go.
Right, Ryan Tubridy, David Norris, and Peter
Rabbit. Okay, so Ryan Tubridy, David Norris, and Peter Rabbit.
Yeah.
I would kill Peter Rabbit
Okay.
for stew. I would. So who's left? Ryan Tubridy and David Norris. I would marry Ryan Tubridy, but never kiss him. I find that a bit off-putting. I would kiss David Norris.
Wow, we do.
Hard. I'd kiss him so hard he wouldn't like it. He'd love it. Oh no, I'd be like, oh, this is so nice and soft. And he's like, what is he doing? I'd get so aggressive and I'd just force my face into his face until he was intimidated, and then I'd soften up, and then he'd be like, oh my God. Wow. David Norris is, if I'm remembering correctly, quite an attractive man. He's my type on paper. Shout out to DJ Kino and all our fallen brethren. Poor thing.
You tried to message Colin Turner and he didn't reply.
He liked it. I said, no, I call him, how are you? And he just liked it and didn't reply. Madness. He's working on something big, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Farms are fairly big.
They are. You were going to tell us something last week about breed, and then we never got to it.
What was it in relation to?
I think something that happened on the way to the podcast.
On the way to the podcast. Oh, yes. It wasn't on the way to the podcast. It was on her way to Courtown because the baby was asleep and she was trying to keep the baby asleep in the car. There was a man crossing the road near the leisure centre. An old man on his own crossed the road. Not terribly old, maybe 60s. And had his shirt kind of a long shirt, I suppose, a shumper, but he didn't have the shirt tucked in. But he got to the far side of the road and he went to pull up his trousers, and as he, you pull your shirt up and then your trousers, a whole arse was out. Oh my gosh. Yeah. And he wasn't flashing or anything. But he had crossed the road with his whole arse out. And then just pulled it up and carried on.
It'd be chilly, wouldn't it?
It would be chilly. And look, fair play to him to have that kind of confidence.
Yeah. Does he need a belt?
Does he need a belt? I don't know. Nora is crying downstairs. You can hear that. Yeah. She walks now. Did we talk about that last week? Yeah, we did.
Well, she's walking better though, isn't she?
Yeah. She took her proper first steps there the other day out in Hollyford.
Lovely. So
and then she's kind of stopped since. She's just done it for out of boredom, I think. No one was looking at her, so she decided, I'm going to do this now, and they look at me. And they did. And now she just not doing it anymore.
She's right too, though.
Michael, describe to me your ideal Sunday.
My ideal Sunday.
From start to finish.
Wow, okay. Right, you asked for my ideal Sunday, so you're going to get in there.
Okay.
So after the 4 hours of meditating, as you said before, no, I'd be up and I'd be gone for half 8 mass.
Have a recline.
And then half 8 mass, and then I'd get a pastry on the way back in Pettit's.
Oh.
And we go back at Ashton's up, Howie Ashton, and we go for when we have eggs downstairs.
Oh.
I like eggs.
Okay, yeah. Pastries and eggs.
Well, I don't eat the pastries, but Ashton has the pastries, and then
you'll have the eggs.
I have the eggs, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Ashton will go by your lunch. and you'll go by her lunch. There's some kind of weird intersection where
Yeah,
you
it's
never
just
know
like
what they're eating next.
I like that. No, it's just I kind of like buying people things. Anyway, so then what were we doing then on the?
You had your eggs.
I go for a walk with Ashlyn, and I like a coffee on a Sunday. I stop in caffeine or Haddon and Sly, and then I just watch the sunset. And
There's a big gap there. That's a long walk.
you could probably fill it with 4 cups of tea, strong tea. Leave the tea bag in.
Oh,
And
careful.
and that's the highlights package, Mark. Yourself, what's your ideal Sunday?
My ideal Sunday, I wake up, the sun is out. I get out of bed, I walk downstairs, I get in the ice tub. The ice is cold. I get out of the ice tub, I get back in, I go for a walk, I come back, I lie on the couch, and then the sun sets. And then I go to bed.
Right.
I'm more than happy with that.
Yeah. Oh, we both like resting on Sundays.
Rest, a day of rest, yes. Yeah. I would never work on a Sunday. The Lord's Day. Me.
Being
It's my day. This has been wonderful.
I want to heartfeltly apologise to you.
No, don't.
No, I do, because this has been I've never felt as tired as it.
Sure have held. Do you have any more props now?
Let's see what's in this bag. I have a brush.
You have a thrush?
I have a brush.
Can you comb it back?
Yeah.
I tried combing my hair back.
Did you?
No, it won't now. I got a cut shirt.
And then my auntie Gra got this lovely thing that puts my glasses, but I don't have my glasses.
You know,
And there you go.
no, you can't have everything.
No. No, I don't. Sorry, to answer the question, I don't really have much box. I have a Christmas card and
Where are you going with this bag?
oh, open wide.
So the market house now being used for prostate exams. The Michael Dwyer School of Prostate Exams.
I don't know where I got these. No, I think I do. If earplugs with that.
I heard scream.
What's great is if you don't watch this podcast on YouTube, you won't know what the hell we're talking about.
Talk us through it.
Yeah. Well, we've got a bag here, a Fly Emirates bag, and this is...
That's a pencil case.
Oh, that's a pencil case. I suppose it is, yeah. It's a pencil case full of plastic gloves. Disposable gloves, yeah. And you'd have to have small hands to put them on. I tell you that much. Or maybe you have to...
And earplugs.
And earplugs, yeah.
And we have a comb. So far in Michael's bag, we have had musical notes for a choir, 2 bottles of Prime, a hairbrush, a pencil case full of disposable gloves.
There's 2 pens.
Here
we have
laptop chargers,
and an internet cable.
Never mind what is in Fab's bag. This has been outrageous.
So maybe it could be a thing.
It could.
I could.
Okay, I think we will leave it at
I
that.
had enough. Listen, thanks, Mark.
Okay,
Thanks
no,
for your
thank you,
patience,
Mike.
and thanks, Shane.
And thank you for the cupcakes last week that I had no idea.
Oh, well, sure. Look,
Until, like Monday.
I thought I thought your parents would be here, but they weren't here.
Yeah.
Because they host this, and yeah, Mick.
They hosted
Mick.
Patreon.
Mick has actually set up collaborative studios, and he is now sponsoring podcasts.
Yeah, he is.
So tune in on Tuesdays Fridays for NFL with Shane Halpin. This is Mick Halpin's podcast studio.
Yeah. Was it? Oh, no. I can't think of any furniture that has the same name as a day. So what would it be?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Cable Tuesdays.
Oh, stop the press. There is now a beer ban in my junior B group. Yeah. and Joe Comfort as manager has laid down the law.
Right.
You can only drink on a day that has a Y in it. And also there's another rule. You can't drink from a bottle that has, no, it's gone now. I can't find it, but you can't drink from a bottle or something like that. Anyway, Joe is imposing drinking bans on the club. So.
Very good. Like the one your father liked was alcohol never solved any of life's problems, but sure neither did milk.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a very good one.
Okay.
Okay, Shinna Winna Gwynna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, nay for this, your Adam.